Hey guys, welcome back to Seller Sessions. Second show this week, as mentioned earlier on in the week. If you're tuned into the Main Image monthly show, where we did a roundtable breaking down an ASIN. One of the things we're going to be doing today is we've invited Colin Raja back to the show. Obviously, some of you guys would have seen him at Seller Sessions Live. He's been on the show a few times. Does a lot of launches, and what we decided to do, or what Colin's decided to do, is a multi-part series. So we're going to look the good, the bad, the ugly, going to break it down. So this is episode 1. We'll go weekly on a Thursday for the progress. So you get to see what's going on in real time and some of the new things that Colin uses to integrate into his launch process. So without further ado, I will bring Colin in. For those that are listening on the podcast, when we do some screen shares and stuff like that, you may want to go down into the description and grab the link there, and then you've got the video format. But welcome to the show, Colin. How you doing?
Good, man. Amazing. Super amazing. Thanks for inviting me in. I'm super pumped on this one, actually. We've been trying to do this one so long. I'm so happy to be here, actually, at this point.
Excellent. All right. So where are we going to start? Where do you want to kick things off from?
All right. So, I want to put up like a very, very crazy disclaimer here. Whatever I do, it's all based on my own research, and then based on whatever we have done in the past. We do like a crazy number of testing on specifically on the launch. Why? Because I'm super, pumped out of finding new things, and also very interesting to, testing the data and then navigate through the data actually. So everything what we talk about, it's gonna be like super crazy, like a nerdy data aspect of it, but it also have like we're gonna have fun together on like playing with data and what does it looks like, how we need to be prep our listing, how we're going to be like set for certain keywords using the semantic and NLP, and make it very simple, not like a very complicated stuff. I'm not a nerd. I'm definitely not considered to be a nerd. I mean, if I can do it, anybody can do it. All you need to do is like just follow the same footprint, and then you can able to accomplish the launch that way you need to do actually. But there are a set of rules that what we need to be keep playing, which we're going to talk about it. And also it's like we're gonna start specifically from keyword research actually. The keyword research, it's a most important thing. Lot of people forgot. I have seen so many brands, so many products, choose the product, and after that finding the keywords, it's a shittiest stuff actually. Don't do that. You have, when you find a product, you need to understand that product has like enough keyword, a qualified keyword, a growing keyword, what set of keywords it is basically. If you don't find those information, and then you will find a lot of surprises. So your launch will be successful based on the selection of the product, not on the launch actually. By selecting the product right, not what is right, which is like your product has like unique differentiation from other people. If your product is like one among the 100 people, you cannot even identify what is a product actually. There is no difference between you and then your competitor. Probably your customer won't either actually. So at that point, they have a choice of like who is the lowest, who is the best review, who has the highest review. That's what they're going to go behind actually. And also, if the product doesn't have like enough keyword, what is enough keyword basically? If you don't have like a 3 to 4 browse keyword, and if you don't have like a 30 to 40 purchase keywords, that product is you're gonna have compete with like a two, or you're gonna have a hard time to rank such a product. So don't when you're selecting the product, keep an eye on those things. And third one is basically like if you have a generic keywords, it's like for example, gift keywords. If you talk about the product which is like gifts for boy 9 to 8 actually, it's so many segments of it. You cannot able to rank such a keyword so easy. Why? Because the conversion aspect of it is very low, and your click-through rate is very low. Click-through rate is very high. So you basically needs to what we had a hard time is like identifying the click-through rate and conversion actually to bypass your competitor. That's where we had a hard time. So try to, if you're new to this launches, try to avoid generic keywords like gift, the product which has like a multiple gift keywords, which is not generic. If the keyword was like okay, water bottle gift, it's okay, but it's like a
Mm.
boy 9 to 10 gift, it's completely different than the niche actually.
Like I would
Um,
use this as a rule of thumb for keywords. There isn't a rule of thumb, but let's just pretend there is. But for me, it's like if you're desperate of the third of the conversion rate, then go after gift keywords. I
if you're
said,
desperate,
if you're
but
desperate for the third of the conversion rate, then go
uh-huh,
after gift keywords because gift
okay,
keywords is a lottery.
yeah,
So whereas a lot of gift may they might do 3 or 4% rather than 9 to 12%. So if you're
exactly,
desperate for a third of the conversion rate
yeah.
and you want to spend a lot of money on ranking,
Oh yeah,
go after
uh,
gift
go
keywords.
after the gift keywords, right? So
Yeah.
gift is a small example. Actually, I'm talking about there are a lot of products which
Mm,
has like a no specific. If there is no specific way to talk about the product,
mm,
if the keyword is not, if you don't have like a 4 to 5 keywords which is directly towards the product, actually,
mm,
you're really missing the big picture at that point. You're like
yeah.
you're gonna have a hard time to rank this keyword completely.
Yeah.
So
All right.
don't choose that one. So I'm gonna go behind right now. I'm gonna show you guys
Yeah.
exactly what template I use and how I use that. What is that? How I gauge what is the minimum keyword is required to make a minimum sales,
Mm,
and how we going to be choose keyword which is like a gap or growth or downtrend market, but it's going to be come back soon keywords. And also what we're going to see is like Amazon recognized keywords. Those are the things we're going to look up. So Danny, are we going to talk about like are we, do you want to take a direction of relaunch or you want to take a direction of launch, new launch?
let's well with Q4 coming around the corner, a lot of people are preparing to launch. No, do you know what? Let's start with a relaunch. Let's go
Okay.
there first because that's low hanging fruit in comparison to a
Oh
normal
yeah.
launch, and then later on we'll adapt that for a launch show from
Sure.
scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then
Sure.
we can do some customer objection stuff, which is
All
a
right.
lot of people what skip. So let's start with the relaunch. Do you want to share your screen?
I'm gonna share my screen right now. Window, this one. Okay. This is a sheet. It's a Bible for me completely. I
Hold on,
will
let me
be
just bring
able
it.
to.
There you go.
Okay. This sheet gives a lot of information, a lot of data for me specifically. When you take a look at this product specifically, right? This guy, Sweet Sweat, he has 39%. So this is like a top 5% keyword acquisition, and this is top 5% keyword volume acquisition. So we have like total number of 89 keywords. The search volume of the keyword, which is total, was like 83,000. Um, yeah, 83,000 search volume. So these are like actual numbers basically, right? This is what the keywords, and there is like a 39% is a search volume he got, and he was doing like 34,000. His review was 72,000. We tried to launch this product, and we launching the another variation of this product was doing like these two product was doing close to 5-10 sales a day actually. We picked the product and then grow it to like close to 1,000 sales at this point. uh so we doing the another launch variation, not variation. The another, this is a hemp. We doing the another one, which is like a general, like a sweet sweat. Actually, that's what we're doing the comparison. So let's assume that we don't have this product already. We have the data for this right now, but assume that I don't have the data right now. So let's say I'm gonna go into research. So this guy, you should, who are the things, what are things you should be considered? So this guy specifically, this guy's sales are not, doesn't come from the Amazon PPC. This, he doesn't rank for anything. So he has like a only 1.2 percentage of top five and 33 percentage of 45. His sales like 7,000 sales doesn't come from Amazon keywords. He's either doing either aggressive PPC or you doing something like external traffic to bring the sales. So I will not consider this guy into a picture at all when it comes to any kind of launch. So you take a look at this guy. This guy is like typically 73% and 65%, 97% and 92 percentage of keyword he were ranked for completely. He's like a very strong competitor in this space. And he's doing like 7,300 search actually, sales. And then second guy is basically this guy, which is like 42% and the 42% is very equal. Such he rank for all the high volume, and also a good amount of keywords he's also ranked for. And third guy is like 28% and 12% actually, and he's doing like 1,300. And look at this guy, this is a specific one. He's like a fit gel, and he's doing 1,300 sales, and he has like a 4% and 3%. That means he's, let's say that he's spending 50 percentage of money on the PPC. That's how he's making sales. And then another 50%, which is like a 500, 600 sales, you can get out of this 4% and 3% ranking. So we set the target like this. So for example, all we need to do is like between 4% to 4% to 28% to make which is like a 12%. Okay, which is like 12%. He ranked for small keywords actually, small volume, but a lot of keywords with a small volume keywords. Um, Here he will rank for like equivalent search volume keywords. Between this, you can able to rank for you can able to get like close to 20 to 30 sales. That's the target I set it up for this product. So then I will go into this. Let's take this product basically. I'll go into one, two, three, four, five. I choose five as well. So here, and I have this. Okay, let me talk about this quick. With this one, and also I will also find using the seller sprite, use this data like what is a 12-week data, well, what's a 12-week SFR, and then 4-week SFR, and then last week SFR. With this one, we are able to find out if it's like a growing trend or downtrend actually. We sometimes we take a product which is like a downtrend, and we know that one that if the keyword is going to come back, we will take that one to rank and build the momentum actually. So why? Because let's take an example of this product, for example here. So the last 12 week was like a 482, and 4 week was like a 912, but right now it's like a 443. In this case, I take this keyword sweat gel because it's a downtrend. I don't have to do the PPC for this product a lot, but I can build the momentum for my listing using this keyword specifically. So I'll choose that specific keyword to build the momentum for my listing. It is all about building the relevancy on the listing. The first week, it's all about building the relevancy, and you choose the keyword to make sure you build the relevancy for the keywords you want to rank for. We will talk about this more in detail in the upcoming sessions actually. But right now, let's go into this. So this is the way that we filter it out, and then I'll go into here, and then I'll say, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll check, okay, these many keywords he ranked for. Totally he ranked for 28 keywords to get 1,300 sales. So out of that, we will find what are the two like a very browse keywords. The slim cream, waist cream, and I will add one more on the top of it. Okay, the fat burner cream, a slimming cream, weight loss cream, fat burner cream, belly fat burner cream. So those are this is like a one big keyword what they have. And then if I found this keyword, okay, all right, assume that we're going behind this keyword, right? Okay, that's the keyword we're going behind. And what I do, so now I'll go here, check all the purchase keywords on that one. So basically I choose contains fat, contains cream. So okay, for this there is like even a bigger keyword here, hard cream for belly fat burner, and fat burner, slimming cream for belly fat cream. So these are the most important keyword. We will go behind the phase one actually. So let's say that I choose the we have already have the data here what we select. Oh shit, sorry, this guy hide. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, sorry, my microphone was muted. Everyone's still
Oh,
seeing the screen. I'm checking it across socials.
okay. Hold on a second. I gotta bring back the screen right now.
All right, let me exit full screen and then bring it back in.
Yeah. Uh, here you go.
Here we go. And bring it back in.
Perfect. So here you go. Okay, so this information we get it from basically these are data from Helium 10 completely. We use a
Hmm.
Celebro data to update all the information. So
Yeah.
we take the X-ray top 10 X-ray keywords, everything, and put up in the Celebro information and take this information and make this template basically. That's what
Hmm.
that's what it is. Very simple. It doesn't have to be very complicated. Or you can use the data dive if you don't
Hmm.
want to go into the crazy system. I like this way. This is my way to do it. But if you want a very simple way, go to the data dive. It's already there. You can just like put up a keyword, put up the ASINs, you automatically get all this information completely. Then we calculate the weightage. I don't know how to write this one. Okay, wait. Okay, so once we finish this, the most important thing is this, guys. I don't know how to emphasize more on this. It's like you need to have this information already listed down. I mean, we already added in this year, but on this product we haven't added. We added it separately. So most of the guys in a body cream item type, this guy is wrong. Basically, is not. So it shouldn't be supposed to be like that. It's a body cream, skin moisturizer is the right one. This guy got somehow exceptional to go into this category. We don't know how and then why actually he's still there. So, but we see a more number of relevant keywords come from these keywords. Specifically, like if you take if you take a look at it, this guy is like a 73%, 65%. He has like a all number of keywords he ranked for. I mean, that means that browse node has like a ability to rank for much bigger keywords. So, and also the another guy, second top two guy is like a 44%. So we see this is like a basically like a the browse node what we can go behind, and then you need to properly choose it and track it, making sure until the end of the launch, this is nowhere changing. Why? Because this content is super vulnerable. Amazon, even if you change the title or something changed in the backend, it automatically updates your item type, product type, on the GOW, and all the information has been changed. Once if it is changed, if you don't know that, you're probably gonna lose money. You're probably gonna be ranking very bad, and you end up in thinking that okay, it doesn't work, the product fail, and you move on to the next one. I have seen multiple brands, multiple people who are affected out of the simple way to look up this one and make sure that um, the product is like track it until the end of the launch completely. So once you finish the launch, and you can do the weekly check and monthly check properly, but this is a mandatory. We have seen disaster out of this. So with that said, we do let's go into the, so this is how we define the launch phases actually. So okay, we define like okay, right now we choose like a sweat cream, sweat gel, sweat enhancer, sweat stick as a phase one keyword, and fat burner as a phase two keyword. Why? Because when we defined and then we found there is like a better phase than a fat burner, and then we found like okay, sweat cream could be something that we can able to go behind. And this is how we define sweat cream as 7 keywords, and this one is a search volume of 3,400, and which is like a 7 keywords and total volume of like 8,556. Sweat gel has like a 900, the total search volume of the total volume come from a browse and a purchase keywords. So this shouldn't be like this, it should be like this.
Colin, for those
Yeah.
who are watching or listening back, can you explain the difference between a browse keyword?
Sure,
and the
100%.
purchase
So
keyword, just in case people are not fully clear on it.
yeah, for example, well, let me see if I have a brand analytics data here. Backend. Okay, basically, the browse keyword is basically when people doesn't know what they want,
Hmm.
and then they were like going into a broad kind of look actually.
Hmm.
That is considered to be, they don't know what exactly they want. For example, let's take an
So a
example of
browse
like a,
keyword could be what is the best, asking the question, what is the best beard oil? I know that not everyone
yeah,
searches that way, but that is one aspect
but
that you
yeah,
could call a
exactly.
browse because they're starting the process, the
Yeah,
research process. They're not clear that they actually want an organic beard oil or they would search for an organic beard oil. What
that
they're
is correct.
looking at is a top line.
they
Yeah.
they will go into first look for, okay, beard. They don't even put and they put up a problem kind of stuff actually. They want like a yeah, hair, beard. Okay, even if you can say beard oil. Beard oil is like a very straightforward keyword. But and then after that, beard oil for growth, beard oil for some kind of issues, organic, and
Hmm.
all the stuff. It's like comes into it. Then it comes to like a more refined towards product. But
Yeah.
most of the people, when it comes to a browse keyword, 20% of people purchase the product out of it.
Hmm.
But that means it's like a, not 20%, I would say like a 15 to 16 percentage, which is like 8:1 ratio purchase you
Hmm.
get out of the browse keyword, and you get
Hmm.
4 out of 1 purchase you get out of the purchase keywords. That's the
Yeah.
whole
Another
difference
good
part
example
basically.
of a browse keywords, gifts for girls. Instead of
Oh yeah,
bracelets
exactly.
for girls age 10
Yeah.
to 16, right?
Yeah,
So that's a
exactly.
bit,
So, but
yeah,
yeah, that's what it is. It is not about the length actually. People think that sometimes browse keyword means short and the
no,
purchase keyword is long. It's like the typical example what you said is like a girl's gift for 9 to 5. It's a
mm,
completely browse keyword. There is no specific targeted path for that keyword at all. So
yeah,
in this case, sweat cream is basically a browse keyword, what we
mm,
saw. So how do you find this one? You go to the brand analytics, anything above 15 percentage of the conversion, it's considered to be a purchase keyword. Anything below 15 percentage of conversion, it's considered to be a browse keyword.
mm,
You just have to add the top three elements of it and to find out whether it is like above 15 percentage or below 15 percentage.
yeah,
Once you have this, we defined, okay, these are the phase one keywords what we have. So this is like a total volume of on the phase one, which is like 14,000. And these are the phase one keywords we're going behind. This is the search volume, which is like we start from the low search volume here to the high search volume. And okay, this is the phase one keyword, and we go behind, like we usually like choose two keywords to focus on, right? But here you cannot use fat and burner in the listing completely. If you put fat and burner, you cannot run PPC, you cannot
mm,
do anything on that product actually. So at that point, we make sure that we infusing this keyword either in the picture, in a picture aspect of it,
yeah,
or you need to be like represent this keyword in a Q&A aspect of it, or if anybody who left a review of this product, if you already have if you already have the review for this product, if you somebody who's like talks about it burns my fat, then when we saw this listing, we saw that people talked about it like, oh my god, I'm sweating a lot, I feel the burning, I feeling like my fat is burning actually. This is like then you have a specific keyword, you get more relevant for it. Once you
mm,
have this information, then we saw that one, okay, all right, the people are already talked about all these keywords in the reviews. So
mm.
this is a perfect keywords to go behind uh, for a
So
phase
to
one
give you
and
an
a phase two
example,
landing.
it wouldn't be the ideal way to do this, but one way to look at it would be fat burner cream could go on the packaging, because if you look at it and you run it through recognition, through the text recognition, which is also down as an attribute, and recognition is in the science literature. I've done an article on it, and attributes play a massive role, which we'll get into later. This is why everyone's gone crazy over Cosmo, but Cosmo is basically one of the only science papers with like lots of pretty images in that everyone could get, and it was easy to read, but there's more to it than that. So what you're trying to say is you can't use it in the listing, So you have to present it as an attribute, and it may as well be, as example, it could be an image attribute, or like
Yeah.
you said, it could be in Q&A, etc.
I mean, it doesn't have to be called fat, but you're talking about like sweating, you talk about exercise, you talk
Hmm.
about those are like a semantic keyword mapping basically. When it
Yeah.
comes to exercise, when it comes to sweating, when it comes to like reducing the hip size or whatever, those are
Mm.
considered to be a semantic map, directly semantically mapped keyword is like a fat burning actually, and
Mm.
being healthy in your life. So that's what it's all about completely. And
Mm.
also this is the one route to go behind it. The second route is basically what you can go is like you go, if it's an existing product, you go and then look for when is the best time of your product actually. For
Mm.
example, when it comes to a PPC, you take a look at the PPC. When is the best time you made more number of sales on the product, and somehow it was turned to be a disaster right now. Take those keyword and check which one has like a more than 20% conversion, which one has like a better a cost, which one has like a better ROS actually on your keyword. So when you take a look at those keywords are Amazon recognized keywords. Somehow Amazon automatically recognized that those keywords are very relevant for you. It's your listing is already have a much bigger relevancy for those keywords. So take those keyword, do the same process back again. Go here, look for the same browse keyword, take the purchase keyword and put it up here and bring all the relevant browse and the purchase keyword and define your phases here. This defining the phase, it's become a norm for your whole launch completely. You're setting up your title like this, you're setting up your bullet points towards it, you're setting up your images towards it, and this is a basically norm for building your initial momentum on your listing completely. Danny, check it out if you have any questions on that. I'm like, we'll go further after this. This is like a first session what we completed in terms of like how we selecting, in terms of like what is the root keyword, what is a purchase keyword, what is a phase definition. That's what
Yeah.
we completed right now at this
All
point.
right. So we covered keyword selection, product definition, right?
Yes.
And market gap analysis.
Okay. The market gap analysis is like if somebody, so for example, this guy is like a 28%, yes, only 80, he has 87 percentage, and this guy was like making 1,000 sales. He's only 48 percentage of rank. And so there is like a huge amount of gap that this guy missed out here. Um, okay, the market gap, there is a two segment of it. People don't see this part of it, like a seller spirit going into checking the growth keyword, or the keyword was like a display, like a going down or going up actually. So
Mm.
I have seen keywords here 12 weeks ago like 500,000 SFR, and then a 4 weeks is like a 100,000, last week
Mhm.
is like a 50,000. So
Yeah.
those are like a freaking crazy growth keyword, people not ranked for at all at that point. So you could use those keywords initially for a launch. You will get like a better traction on your listing. So again, the first week you don't want to expect to be like a get crazy amount of sales, crazy amount of ranking. The first week is to build the momentum, build the relevancy, and get the ranking going for the next week actually. That's the whole purpose of it, collecting the data, what is working, what is now working, and then collecting the data, and then based on the data you go back again and then like building the momentum on this one. So the gap keyword, it's basically this is what it is. So we found this one is super helpful for us in terms of like adding this one column specifically, and then SFR and SFR history of that keyword. It helps super good for us to choose the keyword. So again, these are like a part of the keyword selection. This is how
Mm.
we choose a purchase keyword. So for example, the sweat cream there, and we go back here, we found like there is a one keyword is like specifically growing, and one keyword is like drastically going down. That means
Mm.
I will choose those two keywords basically. One, because not a lot of people know that what is a growing keyword, and not a lot of people knows that we don't need to contribute too much for the certain keywords to build attraction. So it's
Mm.
easy to build the momentum at the initial period of time.
Yeah.
It works out really well for us, and especially those keywords. If you have reviews, if you have Q&As, if you have images towards it, that works fantastic.
Yeah. What about when you narrow down your keywords? So you've selected them based on what you feel would fit with the product, right? But then
Yeah.
do you do a search and then look at the other products in the search results pages to make sure that contextually is right, that keyword is a fit for what you're targeting?
Yeah, so this one we added this one like a 6 months ago.
Hmm.
Um, Basically, it's not only the sweat cream. So we build the listing towards the sweat cream.
Yeah.
So which is like as I mentioned before, exercise, getting fit, daily routines. Our content will be prepared based on that. So you're like contextually like very not focused on the keyword driven basis. So yeah, I
Hmm.
mean like let's talk about that quick, right? As well.
Yeah.
Why? Because that's the most important thing. What you need to understand as well. It's like
Mm.
when you're building the listing right now, it's Amazon. Before they have a relevancy model. The relevancy model is basically number of time your keyword repeat in your listing. That gives a higher relevancy for your listing. So let's say that the sweat cream, if you repeat the sweat cream exact multiple times in the title and multiple times in a bullet point, multiple times in your description, and multiple times in your sweat cream in your search term, then you build the relevancy before. Right now, if you had a multiple times you mentioned sweat cream, your product is going to be like you're going to be having a problem with your product completely listing. So right now it's like completely using Amazon dynamic re-ranking model. It's how that works is basically you don't repeat any keywords. It is all about semantic keyword mapping, which is like put the keyword around. If you're using sweat cream, who's the people using the sweat cream? What are they using it for? What are the attributes? How are they value adding? How this is be helpful? And what are the avatar around that keyword? That's what you're going to fill in your listing, not just like sweat cream gel, sweat enhancer, sweat stick, not that actually. So you're gonna be like a build a listing towards it. So if you're relaunching the product, that is the first thing I will take a look at. It is like the first thing. First, go into the product item type, product type, and then all the browse nodes, DOW, and the GL. Those are
Mm.
the five different nodes I will check first. And the second thing is like, check your listing. If you are like keyword stuffed, if you're heavily keyword stuffed, I would change it completely. And don't do this for a product which is like already selling good, which is like
Mm.
you already making good amount of sales on the product. Don't do it. It will, I have seen it went in a better way and also went in a bad way as well. So you don't want to
Mm.
touch and disrupt that one. When you have a better product, you change one at a time, which is like you change the title one time, you change the bullet point one time, and you change the description one time, and you change any kind of changes at a one at a time, so that you know what impacts what. If you change one time everything, you have no idea what impacts. So then you will end up in like to recover that one, it's going to take a long time for you, and by the time you will lose the traction.
Mm. So for clarity, you're saying do not one keyword stuff, which is obvious. The second one is, are you saying that you should repeat the keyword many times in the listing? Is what you're saying
No,
for density? I was
no,
going to say,
you don't.
I'm
You
glad
don't.
you said that because I'm like, am I mishearing you, or are we back in 2003 Google stage? Do you know what I mean? This
No,
is the
that
same thing with. Yeah, go on.
no, that's
Sorry.
what it happens before. I'm talking about relevancy model before, like a
Yeah.
1.5 years ago, 2 years ago. It's basically a relevancy model. You need to be repeat number of keywords to build the relevancy for your listing. Right
Mm.
now, you don't. If you do that, Amazon will punish you for that one right now.
Well, it's just their algorithms are not stupid. They don't need to be told numerous times. It's the
Yeah,
same with keywords indexing. We care about indexing and getting as many keywords in there as possible, but that is basically the foundation of the web, which is lexical. Okay, so
yeah,
you've got
yeah,
lexical. We talk about semantic. We also talk about but now we're talking about the contextual side in terms of
Yeah.
framework like Cosmo. But one of the things that a lot of people may have missed on, like you've showed some of the attributes there, but each category has different attributes. And if you look on the back end, a lot of people don't complete those attributes. And the more you're in tune with the attributes on the back end, you don't necessarily have to repeat the words, but contextually, the more you complete the fields on the back end, because some of them have drop-down menus, they're different across the board. Me and Juan had done an article on this, and she built a bot for this, which I'll share. So basically, all you got to do is give the product category, and then it will give you all the attributes for the back end of every single category. It took a while
Oh,
to work
I
this out.
I I know that you. Well, I
Yeah,
know that one actually. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
for sure, 100%. It gives like
So
that's
so going
the
back
chat
to
GPT, chat
yeah. So
GPT one actually. Yeah, yeah,
yeah. So I'll share that article in a bit, but the bot's in there so people can use. But the point I'm getting to is that it's not about keyword stuffing, and it's not about repeating keywords over and over again, because the algorithms are not stupid, and we've moved on as a basis of lexical matching, which is keywords, the index, which is the foundation of the web. The reason that to design things like semantic and BERT is because with lexical matching, it can't do misspellings. So it's
mm,
very limited. So that's where semantic comes in to broaden that search. And then obviously on top of that, you've got BERT, and now you've got what's going on with Cosmo. And once people realize how important attributes are overall, getting your attributes right and getting it all completed on the back end and making it contextual and using the right search terms on the front end will pay more dividends than keep trying to repeat the same keyword for keyword
yeah,
density, which is, you know, we're talking 2003 times. We've got to move forward as a culture and as an industry and understand there is more to it. Keywords are important, but they're going to become less so over the next 3, 4, 5
oh yeah,
years. So learn what you can now. People might just see Cosmo and stuff like that and semantic as just atmospherics, and they stick to this rigid system.
yeah.
But
It's a
tell
keep
you
it
now
simple.
with yeah,
Very keep it simple principles right now, which is like what do you have you? Okay, let me put this in a very simple term.
yeah,
If you get index for one keyword, you automatically get index for 30 keywords.
mm,
So you don't actually, I don't even, we still check indexing right now. But
of course.
the point is, it's like, it's out of like a fearful factor that, oh my indexing, like it's just a one of the
It's a
attribute,
conditioning.
it's a
It's
conditioning, right? That's all.
it's a
It's nothing.
conditioning since 2015 or previous
Exactly,
before we're
right?
in the game. It's our
Yeah,
conditioning, right? And it's shedding that conditioning. And the problem you also face with this is that the risk you take, we could say, yeah, go down the route of, you know, understanding semantic. It's not all about keywords. And then you strip your listing back and suddenly all your sales tank. That's the problem. There's a lot of money at stake for people.
yeah,
So why change what works? So I totally get that as well. But I
yeah.
think
So
if you want to expand on your knowledge and go where the puck is going, you need to embrace some of these other things and mix them with the foundation you've already
oh yeah,
learned, you know?
you don't have to, there is nothing wrong in putting up a test in place. There is checkpoint is always required in
Yeah.
what we're doing. It's like, okay, it's if there is like a mismatch on the test match, you don't have to get panic. That's where the sessions are for, right? You're like, okay, if you're not indexed, I have ranked a crazy number of keywords I don't even index for.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Well,
I
do
don't
you know
even
why that
index for
is?
anything, which
Semantic and
that's gonna
semantic and BERT do
but
not
yeah,
require indexing. It's
that
not a
is correct.
requirement. We have it as a requirement. But the algorithms are smart enough to read the full context and everything on the listing to
But
make
yeah.
decisions. They're not waiting for us to make sure we can get it into indexed.
So, for
Do you
example,
understand?
let's say that, yeah, yeah, of course. So, what I'm saying is, like, for example, we ranked for one of the organic keyword, and
Mm,
we didn't even mention anywhere organic in the listing,
yeah.
but it was like one of the image, and also in the bullet points, we put it like a plant-based product, plant-based ingredients. Actually, the cream was, it automatically ranked for organic, and also automatically ranked for all the green ingredient stuff, actually, whatever it is, completely. So we
Yeah.
were like, what's happening actually, completely? So that's where we understand the contextual and semantic mapping. It's like pulling the algorithm is like getting very smarter in terms of like pulling the data, and you don't have to put so much search term. we hardly use search term right now. But yeah, of course, I mean, if we see there is like a hard time I'm building certain keywords, we use that at that point of time when it's required. But it's like we don't give so much importance for a lot of attributes. That's exactly the next topic I want to talk about specifically, right? This slide, I'm going to go into this topic. So if you already have the product, you're relaunching right now, this is the most important data, what you need to look into it. You may not able to get this data. I mean, we build a tool out of it somewhere, and then we're getting this data from a backend. This one you can go and then download in the flat file. Go on and check all the attributes actually completely. You check every single attribute what's required on this product. Go. You can also put up like what is the a required, optional, mandatory attributes. These attributes are key principle for your listing. I mean, I could go into algorithm aspect of it, but I will tell you in a simple way. If your listing has some problem or something get affected, it's because of your backend data. We have optimized number of ASINs, but we have seen all the time the backend is always like in a very bad shape, and we go and then like clean up every single thing to make sure that the listing is like go back to the place where we can able to start ranking the keyword. That's the whole purpose of it completely.
Hmm.
So download this report, put it up, and fill up all the information, what is required, attributes, everything what is required, and don't leave anything. If you don't have any information, you just put NA, not applicable. But don't leave any information. Why? Because when you leave the information, Amazon will spill that space. Actually, you don't want that one. So
Yeah.
when they fill that information, they will take the winning contribution of your listing. Then you will end up in like going into different level of approval to make sure that you taking control back in your listing. So these are the couple of steps. It's an initial prep for your launch, to from a keyword perspective and then a listing perspective. If you already have the listings, or even if you have like a new listing coming up, you make sure you fill the required and optional attributes completely straight. And we will going to talk about this information more in detail on the listing prep session part of it completely.
Yeah. I'm just going to quickly show you something. If you go to sellersessions.com, I'll show you the video. This is what Warner put together. This is a co-authorship on what we did on Cosmo. So this is basically in order to get all your back-end attributes, you just put in your details here for your product detail page, and then it'll provide them all for you, because a lot of people get stuck on what to do here. So we kind of wrote this up using Cosmo as an example, and then she
Mhm.
created this bot for that. So anyone's welcome to use that. Go to sellersessions.com and search for the Cosmo article. And that'll give people more context, because I still think people get confused on Cosmo and the framework of it and contextual. Well, this gives you a bit more of a clearer picture, because it gives you guidance of, if I'm going to consider Cosmo, how would I optimize my listing and deal with my attributes? So it'll just give you a bit more of a visual as a workstation to build off in terms of any adjustments that you make to your listing. Sorry, Colin, I just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's good. One thing I want to tell you guys there on the especially what are you doing? You need to copy, you need to go and then do the keyword search and select your product and put the whole link. If you go and then just put the ASIN, this is not gonna work. So you gotta like select the whole link and then you put it up so that then only it works. I don't know why. To be honest,
Yeah.
I tried that one. It works pretty much well.
Are you talking about the bot? Are you talking about the
Yeah, the
bot?
bot.
I
Yeah.
think, yeah, this is Warner's bot, not the one you're talking about. There's another one. What you do is, it shows in the video, you just copy the product details, and we've put in the back, or Warner's put in the back in there, every attribute across every single category.
Huh.
So you do it from the listing, and yeah, check it out after. Anyway, this is your show. I just want to make sure that people
No, it's
have got
perfect. Yeah,
that as an
it's a
option. But because there's a
perfect
few
add-in
bots flying
actually.
around with Cosmo and stuff like that. Yeah.
No, that's a
But
perfect add-in actually for sure. Yeah, 100%.
yeah. Cool. Where are we going next?
So what we're doing next is basically like, okay, we already did that. So okay, yeah. I want to show you guys exactly what is a PPC consolidation looks like. Are you guys able to see my screen?
Yep. Do you want to bring it in and I'll pop it up?
Hold on. Okay. Share window. Here you go. Pre-launch. Hello. So this is
There you
what
go.
the customer search term. This is what the PPC looks like. If you take a look at this, the conversion aspect of it. What are the conversion? These are like attribute very what is it? We changed a lot of stuff. I don't want to say the exact value for whatever it is. So let's take a look at it. Like for example, this keyword as like a search volume of $1,500 of 1,500 and 50% conversion, and this one has like a sweet gel has like 38% conversion, and so search cream has like a 19% conversion. So now we know that this keyword will make 2:1 ratio sales actually. So if I spend $100 on this, then I can get like a 50 sales out of it, or no, whatever the maximum out of it I can able to get. It's like a 50% conversion. I can also rank much better. And also, if you take a look at this, we also incorporate the ranking and the relevancy as well. So if you don't want to do this one again, you can go through the data dive, but we are very handy on this. We like to do completely hands-on on this. So we check, okay, the fat burning cream, we are like 24th position, and the sweet stick, which is like sixth relevancy and the number four position. So that means we already validated these keywords are already indexed and ranked, so we can able to build upon those keyword, and we can able to rank those keyword in a much better and faster way. And also the click-through rate is pretty good, and also the conversion is pretty good, and we choose the keyword just like that. So for example, the click-through rate 25%, and 25% and 28% and then 9%. So those keywords we were able to take it. For example, here sweat gel, it's a brand, uh, and the sweet stick, it's the another face of it. So here the another one is like these are like doesn't have any kind of sales. So this is just the extended version of what I showed you before. This is how we come up with like the launch completely plan actually. So it's like a hard cream, fat burner cream. This is like a second set of product what we're trying to launch, new launch plan. This is like an old launch plan what we have: sweat cream, sweat gel, sweat enhancer. It's based on the comparative analysis. The second one is based on the keyword gap, like an uptrend or downtrend. The third one is basically out of the PPC consolidation. With this data you can able to understand where you can able to connect, like, okay, there is a gap in the comparator analysis completely, and there is like a downtrend is happening as well, or uptrend is happening, and my key the same keyword is doing a 50% or 30% up to 20% and above conversion. That is a perfect keyword for you to go behind and take over that ranking for that keyword completely.
Mm.
There is That's the far much better way we found to select your keyword, not just going for a browse keyword and a purchase keyword. Go into more details toward highly converted, and you already highly converted before on your listing. Choose that keyword, and you need to next step is to be build a relevancy actually.
Yeah. So next step, two more processes before we wrap. We've got pre-design testing and then the design process. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's do that one. So with that one, I'm gonna go to the Claude AI. I'm gonna sign up quick before we go in there.
So you're just signing in now, and then we're going to bring up on a shared
Yes,
screen.
I'm checking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna open up the listing, and then so okay.
Anyone got any questions? Let us know in the chat. I can answer those whilst Colin is just preparing this bit here. Again, this will be a weekly show for the next few weeks. So the next step we're going to come into is the pre-design and then the design process prior to launch. Colin is explaining to me before the way that they do that, and they only pay for the final designs. I won't spoil it too much. It's but pretty clever in terms of getting the variations that you need for testing. And I'm assuming we're going to show some testing results on third-party sites like Product Opinion and stuff like that.
That's exactly what we're going to do. So what I'm going to share right now, first of all, before going into a nitty-gritty of a lot of stuff, first of all, when we select the product, I find the gap between us and being a consumer, we look for two different things. We speak in a two different love languages in terms of like what we sell and what they purchase. Basically, first we need to understand what they understand and what they want to look for instead of what you want to sell. So the tool you can use IntelliView or Telemetrics or I use specifically like a Product Opinion right now because it's helping me in a lot of different way, and I'm very comfortable with that. I want to show you one product pool what we have done. The first thing first, what you need to do is like how they are looking at your product, not your product. I'm talking about on that whole niche. For example, let's take a sweat cream. Like, what are they looking at? What are they? How are they selecting? Where they clicking? Why they clicking? What colors they make them to be click that particular product? And you try to observe all the information through something called in the Product Opinion they have something called stimulation.
Search stimulation.
Stimulation. I'm going to share my screen right now. That gives like a crazy number of data for me using the stimulation. So it's like we did that for this product specifically. Like, okay, we said, okay, this product was like 19% was selected on this. And then all these product was like a really, really get dumped here. And went in and check why this product was like a pretty much good. They have like a analyze AI completely why this product is good. This unique packaging, important decision factor, prefer the color works well, and unique packaging, unique blah blah blah, and what they don't like about the product actually. They don't like of the product image at all. I don't believe that these works, doubt blah blah blah. So once we observe that all this information, so first you have the whole content of, okay, here we did something here. Okay, here, Product Opinion, listing optimization thing. Okay, here you go.
Oh, so these are the video reviews. These ones.
Yeah, these are like a video reviews.
That's good.
This is crazy. I'm like, I got so much out of this completely with the for example here, I'm gonna put a one video here. He exactly go and then talk about exactly why he likes. He's literally going through and talking why he's selecting this product, why he's selecting this, what he checking, where he going for. I mean, it's just literally like a heat map. You could literally create a heat map out of it, like a where they're going, what they're doing actually for each and every listing completely out of it, right? So once we saw that, I got so much information, and then I was like started changing so many things in the listing. And then after that, I did the search stimulation of this one actually completely. So which product they select and why they select this product. I want the exact percentage. So with these two data, what we did is basically we used something Canva. Okay, I hope I have something. So wait, let me show you guys this. This is my designer Canva. Come on. Okay. Can we search this? Like, we can search.
While Colin's searching for that, let's just quickly explain what he's just done. I call it the in-search experience. We have a pairwise system where we present in pairs for the search experience as well. And the boys over at Product Opinion do something similar, but they show you the full search. So they've shown you, it's not just a video feedback on the product, it's a video of them in the search results pages, which when you listen back to the audio, of course, there's AI where you can obviously round off the key points of it. But I would always applaud you to sit down and write notes out. One of the biggest things I've noticed with a lot of people when I do the customer objections process and optimization process with people, they're looking for this one big event, like this hack, and it doesn't exist, right? So
Yeah.
I can sit down with someone and we could review whether it's from in Tel Aviv or wherever it is. It doesn't matter as long as you're testing. They'll go through
Yeah.
it and they'll go, this is a load of old shit. And then we'll sit down and we'll pull out 12 customer objections. And then we'll turn that into a design plan for the images, because ultimately you want to get the objections met. Obviously, there's a listing. Let's separate that for a moment. But the reason you'll do this is do the customer objections process, because most people, what they tend to do is they use other people's data to look at the products to build a brand new mousetrap, which they're Frankenstein based on other people's data. Then they launch and they skip this one step, which is, what is your objections to buying this product? And that one skip costs thousands and a lot of time. And a lot of people avoid doing this step because they find it boring, it's tedious, etc., etc. So I have been a big advocate of this, and we started a show on Tuesday. Every month we do main image monthly, which we do a teardown on a Tuesday, and I'll bring in the guys from Product Opinion. I've got the guys over at John over at PickFu. We've got Sim, who's an 8-figure seller, and we take a listing and we break it down, but we come from all these different angles, bringing in all the information. And on that show also, we did the video feedback with the in-search experience. John done some heat mapping. I worked out in terms of how would that product perform. We have a pairwise system where we look at, if we scrape the top 10 organic search results, what is the probability of this product ranking against those products by sending this third-party product into the search results, which are sent out in a pairwise system. And so basically we can work out, is it roughly worth spending money on this keyword? And what's the probability of ranking the top of search in its current state? And then we're able to use the top 3 or top 5 of those to optimize against, to see where the problems are within the listing. So you can go back and look at that show, but Colin's got it up now. So where are we going with this now? We've got Canva up.
So yeah, we got the Canva. The Canva, I use it for initial design purpose, actually, right? To show, to avoid go back and forth with the designer and all the stuff. So once I got this information, I writing the script for what I have to give it for my designers, basically. So I literally tell the designer, okay, all right, we got this packaging, we got the raw images, okay, and then I'll go into the Canva builder. So, and we tell them that literally, like, okay, all right, this is the export and you have all the information here. I go to 99 design. I tell them, I put a $300 budget on this, $400 budget on it, and upload this whole pull result completely. I tell them, these are my competitors. Can you come up with the greatest one out of this? This is a packaging. This is what it is. Change whatever you want. Come up with the best content, whatever you can, actually. So once they come up with the content, you get like a 40 to 50, like a contest. Like if you put like 300 and above, you get like a crazy amount of people putting on a work, actually. So you select top 5 out of it and then run a pooling again. So we did the same thing with the image pooling. Like, okay, like these are the things what they have done completely. Like we did the image pooling and then we selected like a top 1 out of that, and we award that person as well on that. So we started working with that person completely. So this one will save so much of time completely. It's like you don't even have to have a designer or anybody. With the first images, you run the pool completely, collect the data, and you understand what are the stacks are important thing, which is like what people are literally looking for, what they want. In the video stimulation, I get the information for, okay, what people looking for, what are the important attributes they want to see actually in the listing. That's how I stack my images completely on the second, third, and fourth and fifth. So I like, okay, they're like, okay, I want to see some example of before and after. So I put an image literally before using it and after using it, or real case study, scientific case study example. So whatever they will look for, we will make sure that we add that one in the either in the package or in the upcoming stack completely. So
Yeah.
it works really well, and you just have to export the data and then put it in a 99 design. People was gonna like love, gonna give you like a bunch of first image, and you just upload all of your image stacks completely to them, and they will create like a bunch of images. You cannot imagine what kind of images you're gonna get out of it. So it's gonna cost you only $300 to $400, and then that uses for pooling purpose, and select the winner out of the pooling, and then award that person and start working with the person.
Yeah. I mean, the way I kind of word this and summarize what we're discussing here after doing a lot of testing, buyers are looking for an online user manual, right, that visually represents their customer objections that are met within the image. So if you imagine online, beautifully illustrated user manual, yeah, that meets the customer objections. If you can visualize the customer objections, a lot of people would say use a table, mine is bigger than yours, that kind of vibe. And in a lot of time, it's not relevant in terms of the
Yeah.
context. How can you show you're meeting their objection on a visual basis? And that's not easy always to do, especially if you don't get the chance to do a reshoot or you're limited on the assets that you have. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the whole point of this is to meet the customer objections. And that is one
So
of the most important metrics. If you can't
yeah,
meet your customer objections, you can't expect to sell products.
yeah.
Do you understand? And if you miss that step, it's a very expensive step, and time is still money as well.
No, I honestly I missed it for so long.
Mm,
I didn't even, I was like thinking I don't give a freaking care about it. Like, I was not really, I was like on my own opinion, I was like I was preparing the listing based on my emotions and everything, or
yeah.
my brand I work with, their emotion and everything. And I started working on the recognition. That changes the whole aspect of it. And then I started
Mm,
working on Canva,
mm,
adding attributes for my in the images.
mm,
That changed the whole thing. And I was like started thinking, oh, you know what, I want to check multiple things. Actually, let's see what is happening. So that's
mm,
where I reached out to Matt actually and told him, yeah, I need a help on this. So he was
mm.
like sitting there and walk me through everything. That helps out. Like, oh my god, any launch, I will not do it without doing this first.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have no idea. Yeah, it's
And it's
so
not that
much information.
expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's not so expensive. It's
Mm,
super, so much information you're gonna get out of the product.
mm.
Sometimes I think some images are like really amazing, but that's not even image that they are like. Actually, that's not the image that
Well,
they
you
wanted.
you can have amazing images, but doesn't say anything. It doesn't communicate anything. Because a lot of the you hear is get your brand across, make sure you look big, brand, blah blah blah. That's not what they're looking for.
Yeah.
They're looking for their objections to be met. They want to browse through images that are still beautifully illustrated, but they're going to have objections. And the only way you're going to find out is to ask customers. And I'm not talking about going on the street. Go and use some of these services. If you think what a launch can cost people, if you
Oh
go
yeah.
onto in Tel Aviv, you can get your customer objections and an image stack for $320. I'm not sure what product opinion, something like a monthly subscription and some credits, and you save thousands from doing it. It's just some people see it boring and tedious and are looking for the crack pipe. They're looking for the one big hit, and it doesn't work like that.
Mm.
I always say this, and I'll keep repeating it. Everyone knows the name of Russell Brunson, but no one knows the name of Pep Larger, and Pep Larger is the godfather of conversion optimization. So on one side, you've got templates. On the other side, very detailed analysis, and it's focusing on a specific product and the problems that it solves and the feedback on their product. A lot of people talk about best practices, or let's just throw it through AI and everything. Great. Do all of that stuff. Go and ask 100 people, and you'd be surprised how much information you get back. The other problem with customer objections, you might find that your product's not fit for market. So the downside of
Oh
product
yeah.
of that is some
Oh my
people go,
god.
this is trash, don't put it to market. But you have saved yourself a fortune.
You
Now
you
that's the
you get
unfortunate bit.
Yeah, you get slap on your face super bad. So I was like, sometimes if when I'm working with a brand, I tell them, okay, I'm gonna come up with my version. You're gonna come up with your version. Let them choose what product, what image that they want to see, and then that's what we're gonna go behind.
Yep, yep,
So,
indeed. Have we covered everything on this one, or is there anything you
I'm
want to
gonna
wrap on?
show you. Yeah, I'm gonna show you the last one on this. It's like this is like a super helpful for me in terms of like
Mm,
using Canva. Why I use Canva is like basically for these images. It's like I
mhm,
give it to my designer to make sure that to adding attributes. For example, I talk about like organic rank to rank the organic keyword, but you cannot put organic in your listing, but you want to
mhm.
still rank for the organic keyword. So this is what we did actually. So I will share it right now. Um, window this. Okay, here you go. If you go to the Canva, right, there is something called magic magic media. So
Yep.
here you can come up with like you can go to the Cloudy and then say, okay, I want to create a image. I'll send the prompt actually. So hit me a message. I'll send the prompt. I'll put it up in the chat actually later. Um, you can ask like a Cloudy or ChatGPT, give me an instruction for my designer so that they can able to give the based on I want to rank for the organic keyword. I want to have like a, NLP and the semantic code. All the keyword needs to be mapped and give an instruction for this particular image I want to
Mm,
create, which is like a group format or something. So it was given like this something. Look at this. This image is like okay. It's used for family, and it's not really perfect, but look at the images actually how that comes out. It's like I wanted somebody is using it. I want the kids involved in it. So all the things were included. So I have built it like so many images like that. Look, hold on, I'll show you. Okay, here. So for example, here, this is like I want it in the bathroom with the towels. So all the things you can just build out of just putting up your creativity or your ingredients. For example, in this one, I'll show you this specifically. Yeah, here. Um, yeah, I want to have like a image like this, specifically like greens, having all the ingredients needs to be mentioned here. So you automatically create the graphic design like this. There is okay, I want a first image. This is not even an actual image. This is like a designed image completely. The head's clean background shot, promptly focus on USD organic completely. So it's like basically a shot where you can give it to your designer, say I want the image like this, I want the attributes needs to be filled up behind that. um yeah, this one avoid going back and forth with your designer. You just like okay, whatever your creativity, you put it in that your magic word, magic media, and it automatically create the image, and you can add more towards it by going using the Amazon recognition. You put those images there for your competitor or your own image. If something is missing, add it here, that attribute specifically. It creates the one specific amazing image for you. You give it to the designer, tell that I want exactly the same in a realistic image completely.
excellent. We'll be back here next Thursday for part two. What's the best way that people can reach you?
Yeah, you can reach me out in the Facebook, Colin Raja, and also the same thing in a LinkedIn as well. And if you guys want this template, you can hit me up in the LinkedIn, and then I'll send you the template, whatever the comparative analysis. So just Colin.Raja. You can message me there.
Excellent, guys. Thank you for your time and attention today. I hope you enjoyed that. There'll be more of this coming in terms of the format and content, like we're doing with the main image monthly shows. Yeah, again, hope you enjoyed it. Next week, we'll run out phase two and we'll get a bit more into the data and some of the other things that Colin's doing. So take care of yourself and your family. Much love, and I'll see you again next week.